I'm Linda Segerstam, and this is your second part of your 7 minutes in 7 days of the beginner series 1. So we're going to start in a waist twist. So it's finding rotation in your spine. Now I'm seated here with my knees out and hips and crossed-legged, but you can sit in a chair if this is not comfortable. So we start first with taking the arms away from the exercise. So you bring them up to here. And then we start turning and trying to find our rotation. So we bring the head over and then we start turning through the spine. And then spine comes back and the head, and then start turning towards the other side. So you can see I'm staying very upright in my spine when I do this to make sure I give myself as much potential to find rotation as possible. Now, the breathing helps here. So just normal breathing, just make sure you breathe somewhere. Don't hold your breath. It's going to get much harder to do it this way. So we keep moving, rolling overhead, chest, and then come back the same way. Turn the head and chest, and then coming back, and then turn. I'm going to do 2 more both sides before I change. And then turn, and then back to center. 1 more. Turn the head into the upper back, mid back, coming back towards the middle, and then turn towards the other side. And then coming to an exercise which is everywhere in Pilates, the cat. So coming onto all fours, it's called 4-point kneeling. So we're placing the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips, and then finding your neutral spine. So the head is not dropped down, it needs to be lifted, and the freedom around the chest and the hips to move. And the cat, you've seen cats, so we know that they lift to the back and then they allow the head to drop down slightly, and then we're just coming back into our start position again. So we lift to our center, drop the head, and then let the spine come back. Now I'm going to start moving from the lower back, mid back, shoulders, drop the head slightly, and then stretch the spine back out again. So it's rolling through the spine and then stretching the spine back out. So I'm not getting too technical, but I'm still trying to keep the hips free and then making sure the head is not dropping down too much. It's more about the spine and then stretching the spine back out. 1 more. So we roll the spine, drop the head, and then placing the spine back. Now coming into rest position is a sit back towards your heels. So if you feel that your knees can't do this, you need to make sure you place something underneath the bum and sitting onto it instead. So rest position is here, and then you come back up again and we change to the next exercise, which is tabletop. Now the tabletop exercise is stretching one leg, trying to keep the hips level and finding your balance, and then we squeeze just enough in glute muscle to lift the leg and then lift the arm, and then coming back in again. So stretch the leg out, lift and reach, and then bringing the knee and hand back in. So we're just trying to keep the balance, and you can see my foot on the back foot that's still on the floor is flat. Now if your ankle is not doing this yet, you might get a cramp. You might have your toes under. Try to keep your heel still to keep your balance. So we glide the leg out, we lift, bring the hand and knee back in, and then return. So leg goes out and lift, and then come back in and return the knee. 1 more both sides, and lift. You can see my head is staying still, it's not dropping down. Leg goes out and lift, and then coming back in. And now sitting back again. So return to our start position. Bring the knees in front or sit on a chair again. And then we go to side flexion. So the arms go out to the side, fingertips drop. I'm going to lift my arm first, turn the palm forward so it's easy on the shoulder, and then lift the arm all the way up before the spine comes along. So leaning into the spine from the hip, bring yourself back and return the arm back down. So we do the same side again. So we lift and then reach into the side, travel back up to the spine and return the arm. 2 more this side, and then reach and then come back towards the ceiling all the way down. So you can see it's a bit robotic to start with Pilates, but we're trying to create movement patterns and it will become flowing eventually. And then lifting the other arm up and then reach softly into your side, lift back up again, and the arm just returns. So I'm turning my palm slightly forward, slightly in front of the face, but still on top of the head. And then back down. 2 more. Lift, reach into the side, and then lift, and then come back down. One more, and then coming back to the cat and tabletop. So we're going to mix those two together. So coming back onto all fours, bringing your knees back, placing the feet flat if you can, and then hands underneath the shoulders. And I'm going to combine. So I'm starting slow and I'm adding a bit of challenge. So we roll the spine, lower back, mid back, shoulders, drop the head, and then stretching the spine back out, feeling the connection in the back. And I'm going to stretch the leg out. I'm going to lift, I'm going to hold position here. So I'm reaching out, feeling space, and then bringing the hand and knee back in, and then go back into the cat. So I'm turning the pelvis, rolling to the back, drop the head, stretch the spine back out again, and then stretch the other leg out and lift and reach and hold. And then coming back down again. So we do one more. Roll the spine, drop the head, stretch back out, stretch the leg out, lifting opposite arm and leg, hold, and then place them back in, and then roll the spine, drop the head, coming back into neutral spine, and then stretch the leg, and then lift the opposite arm and leg. Now I'm going to combine those and make it flowing a bit. So I'm going to roll the back into the cat. I'm coming back into neutral. I'm going to stretch the opposite arm and leg. Now trying to keep them lifted and roll back into your cat. So you let the elbow and knee come in, and then we stretch back out again. So this is now your challenge for today. And then stretch. So we roll in, so the elbow goes to your side and the leg comes in. So if you haven't got this balance yet, you just continue with the other exercises. And then one more. And then stretch, hold, and then placing the hand back in, knee back in, and then change side. So again, we stretch the leg out, lift the opposite arm and leg. So the elbow will come in, you're rounding yourself into your cat with the knee coming in, and then you're stretching back out again. So we're trying to keep the stability, not pushing the hips too far back. And elbow, knee, and out. Elbow, knee round the back, and then lift. Two more this side, and then reach, and then last one, round the spine, and reach, and then we come back into our rest position. So we take the arms, leave them behind, and then sit back towards your heels. Let the chest come down, and then slide the hands in towards the knees to finish.